Well, welcome back, everybody, to Valorant at Purdue for another week of NECC games. I'm Fly here along with my co-caster, Sarugi, and we have a very big day today.
Certainly.
It's Purdue Gold versus the University of Waterloo Gold, so another battle of the Golds. We've had a couple of these coming over the weeks, but it's a big game for Purdue specifically because if they lose this game, they don't qualify for playoffs, but if they win this game, they do qualify for playoffs. So it's an incredibly just climactic game to their season, right? Because this is the playoffs game, right?
I mean, yeah, it would just be such a beautiful storyline. Just losing those two players like some around the middle of the season and then just having to rebuild up that roster, having some not great games in between and just coming up and winning that last game to qualify for playoffs, it'd be a beautiful conclusion.
Yeah, and speaking of this team change, now we've had a couple of weeks of this, we lost Rookie and we lost CXL. It's like this big change coming to the team, having to bring up these two players as permanent members of the roster. How are we feeling with how this team is performing a couple of weeks now into really seeing what they can do as a team?
I mean, we're definitely seeing improvement. Like, we are sort of seeing these players get on the roles that they're more comfortable with. Obviously, seeing that Spidey and Dex swapped, I believe it was 2 weeks ago now. I feel like that did some wonders for the squad, but we do need to see a little bit more.
Yeah, and speaking of seeing a little bit more, our first game is going to be on Pearl, where Purdue will be kicking us off on the attacking side. We're already seeing some agent picks pop up on your screen, and it looks like Purdue are going to go for another double initiator comp. It seems we're always going to see these. Yeah. We're either going to see a double initiator or a double smokes comp because of that patch from way back in the way back now, where everyone got killed apparently.
Yeah, Spidey eyeing that veto, but looks to be maybe locking in that chamber. Bit disappointed. I have wanted to see one of these players lock in this veto.
Yeah, he's just kind of hovering around. Meanwhile, on the University of Waterloo, they're going for a double initiator of their own. Spidey is hovering Harbor.
Rework's not quite out yet, but
he is going to lock in the KJ. So on the okay, well, we're still swapping teams, apparently, as Trill from the University of Waterloo is still trying to decide what agent he wants to play, and it looks like it's going to be the Waylay, so a double duelist comp on the side of the University of Waterloo and a double initiator comp for Purdue. And looking at these comps side by side, it looks like Purdue is definitely a more aggressive attacking side team, which makes sense. They are starting on the attacking side, and they want to get as many rounds as possible, but University of Waterloo doesn't have that bad of an attacking side of their own.
Yeah, that double duelist is going to be crucial, especially on that attack side. And I mean, even with just one initiator, that fade, you're still going to be getting a good amount of information on that attack side.
And one thing that I'm noticing, at least on the University of Waterloo side, is the lack of flashes. You do have that Vice Arc Rose, but ever since the changes to where you can shoot it before it pops,
useless now. Yeah,
I don't know how much value you're really going to get out of that Arc Rose. Meanwhile, Purdue Gold, obviously, you have that KO. With those flashes that remain relatively untouched. They're still very powerful flashes, especially with the ability to either pop them early or pop them late. So it'll be exciting to see how Purdue kind of manage.
The thing that I'm really intrigued by is that ISO, because while we have been seeing an uptick in ISO play, he still is relatively underutilized when it comes to the other duelists. I think I'd want to see maybe a Your Waylay here rather than an ISO Waylay, especially to give your team a few more flashes, but looks like we're going to be seeing Purdue going for this hard A-hit coming right in.
Yeah, but the Haunt is going to detect at least a couple of the players from Purdue, so it's going to hold these Waterloo players on the site. And they have 4 here, so Purdue is going to gamble into the stacked site, while Dex is already on the site, already gets DeQuavius, while Swashy gets 2. Gets 3, but Kraken and Dex managed to pick up trades. Now left in a 2 versus 2. A Spidey picks up Trill.
And it's just left Justin.
Just Dex. It's Spidey. The spike is going to go down as TNJ, or Justin, is going to fall to Spidey.
And that was a beautiful round there for Purdue, especially Dex with those 2 opening kills. Beautiful from him, especially recovering off the death of his, I believe, 3 other teammates, just waiting for Spidey to come through for that spike plant. Beautifully played from them.
Yeah, especially going into the stacked site. You had 4 defenders there for Waterloo, and Swashy with that Sheriff was able to pick up 3, but nobody else on the team was able to make an impact. As you can see, that it's just zeros down the line for Waterloo. Meanwhile, Purdue, over half the team contributing there, with Smile getting a couple of assists of his own. Just a pretty good round for Purdue as they look to hit A again. This time with no one here.
But those footsteps will draw some quick rotates. especially with the ISO being inserted so far down B.
Yeah, Dex looking to get an aggressive angle here. Stop the rotates. He's going to get one.
Spike.
That's going to take down their Sentinel as he goes for the second. He does. P falls, and that's their smokes. It's going to be really hard to defuse this spike now in a 3 versus 5. But DeQuavius is going to get Spidey on that flank. A quick pickup from Kraken. Keep this numbers advantage as Dilbob gets one and the second. What a swing.
And again, just beautiful team play there from Purdue. Just the awareness of where all your teammates are, who's going to be able to bait for who. Just a shocking improvement from those previous weeks.
Yeah, and even though Spidey was in kind of a, that mid position just holding that flank, and he does get picked off, they still had enough of a map awareness to have two players there ready to pick up the swings that were coming in pretty quickly. That's a very easy 2 rounds for Purdue as they go into this bonus. But let's see what they can do against actual rifles as they look to hit A again this time. There's 2 players posted up on this line as Dex sees DeQuavius for half a second. He's able to tuck back out.
And they're just going to leave Dilbob here to just make a bit of noise while the rest of the team rotates through mid.
Yeah, looking to be like an art split into A, but Purdue are just going very quietly. They're feeling out the map, trying to figure out where these players of Waterloo are, and then go from there. As it looks like a clash is about to be had in art, as Dex almost gets stuffed by his teammate. The great flash from Kraken is able to pick up DeQuavius. And he's going to pick up Swashy, as P is now stranded alone on site.
But Drill on this flank could be deadly, especially with nobody looking.
He does get one. He gets the second. Dilbob, Dex equalize 3 versus 1 favor of Purdue as P. Oh, Dex just runs out of ammo there at the last second, but Dilbob able to finish the round.
And that plant will go down. Dilbob just 1 away from that nightfall.
That's going to keep Purdue's economy going very strong as Waterloo has to go back down to another save round, losing all of their rifles. Meanwhile, Purdue picking both of them up. So they'll be able to afford a full buy and then still have a little bit of extra economy in the tank. Just great team play coming out from Purdue this game.
And I think, honestly, just a bit of misplay here from University of Waterloo, just not rotating that Sentinel over quite soon enough. Only now having this Vice set up on A.
Yeah, and it looks like that setup is going to be tested as 3 players of Purdue, again, are playing this aggressive A hit. But they don't want to go through the smoke. They have no idea whether or not Vice has actually moved or set up to this site. That's 0 point. He's going to scan 1. But the spike is left in spawn just so Purdue can feel confident knowing that no one on their team is going to leave the spike in an unfortunate place if they do go down. They're once again feeling out the map.
Right there.
But as long as Trill holds this B long line, University of Waterloo has no reason to rotate off of A.
But even then, Purdue does look to be
Bring them down.
Through mid here.
Noise is going to bring Trill over as Dex. Oh, great readjustment from him, able to take down Trill. And they're just going to hit the site as fast as possible, but the Smile expects Quavius to be here.
30 seconds
he
left.
doesn't, but the shots just don't land as some help from Dex is able to pick up the kill. Dex is just mowing them down as he gets another. And Dilbob picks up the tower player. As well as Swashy. That's another round win for Purdue, going up 4-0.
And I mean, yes, that was an eco round, but even then, Purdue just seems unstoppable. This is a completely different team from what we saw in those past weeks.
Yeah, it's just oozing confidence on the whole team. They're confident in their gunplay. They're not,
certainly. Dex is just frying. He's personally just seems like he's not letting anyone tell him what to do.
Yeah, and the ability of him, he gets onto the site, and the second that his teammate gets any type of fire going on the top B, he's able to rotate over quickly and apply that pressure and help his teammate. And it's that team play aspect that we were hoping to see a couple of weeks ago from them. And now Dex is already off with another pick through the smoke.
Just that beautiful intuition, just knowing exactly where to fire through the smoke.
But I don't think they want to go any further. This is the first time that Waterloo has done an aggressive pushback on the A side, and now with Trill holding that line, Purdue have to be a little bit more careful about this B site being stacked, but
Justin did spot them towards B long there.
Face your fear!
Yeah.
0 point and Nightfall being popped.
yeah, Kraken's going to take a little bit of damage from those Razor Vines, but he doesn't care. He's got that null command active. Everyone on the site is going to be suppressed if they try to push, but a Nightfall is looking to be counter-thrown. Oh, Spidey almost picked up Swashy there to stop this Nightfall from going out. You can see him getting ready to rip it as here it comes. Kraken able to pick up Justin just before it lands.
Enemy remaining.
And Dex just 2 more kills in his pocket. Goes for the
He's
third.
just absolutely frying.
And it's a 4K for Dex going 11-1. 5 rounds into the half. Just a complete switch up in mentality, in gunplay.
Certainly. A lot of what I was seeing from Purdue last week, yeah, the team play was looking pretty good, but they were just losing out on those gunfights. But that is not the case this week. They came back, and they came back with a vengeance.
And like we said at the start, this is their playoffs. This is their playoff decider game. Like it all needs to be on the line here. You have to put everything out as this mid aggression is not met. Spidey, a little scared of what's happening behind that smoke. Mr. Quavius is walking so deep, but the alarm bot spots it out. Spidey gets a little bit of help from Smile. He's going to pick up the kill. Quavius almost had an amazing timing there, but that alarm bot was everything Purdue needed.
And now we see Purdue want to head towards this B site through mid.
Great flash from Kraken as Dex gets pulled by the Astra Star, but a great flick from him. He wants more. He knows Justin is on the site.
Now we've got Dilbob heading down long, wanting a
Oh,
crunch,
Dex!
but it doesn't matter.
He gets hit by the Marshall, but he's just going for more. That's 3 in the hands of Dex as Spidey almost lands the kill onto Swashy, but now the rest of Purdue knows, and in 1v4 with a dwindling health bar.
Yeah, you've just got to save in this scenario, switching out that Ares for
I mean, look at
Spidey's
this.
own Vandal.
Look at the setup from Purdue. They have all 4 players watching this mid swing. Swashy just
Concealment!
has to leave. He's the only one on the team going anywhere close to positive.
And I mean, what can we say that we haven't said before? Dex here, just playing beautifully. Playing perfectly
So
aggressive.
This is what you want your duelist. You want your duelist to go in to try and land these kills. Even if you don't land these kills, just make your space for your team. And the fact that he can land all of these kills, just flick after flick, has given Purdue all of the space that they need. 14-1 on 6 rounds.
And I mean, even that kill onto Trill, he's going in with maybe 25 HP. He's just going in full confidence, knowing that his team will be there to provide for him if he goes down.
And it's just a masterclass showing from Dex. Meanwhile, Waterloo is in a bit of a tight spot. Just buying guns and losing guns and having to buy guns again. Meanwhile, Purdue's economy is just skyrocketing every round. They can buy whatever they want for the next 3 rounds, even if they lose. But it looks like Dex wants to go in again. Takes a fight with Trill, but I don't land the kill. 0 point. Gets shot before it goes off. Dex has to be very careful here. Shots are close. Trill gets tagged. But Dex is going to get put in the 1v1 against Quavius with a shield up. Is he able to land it? And that's the ISO down. Just like that. But there's still 3 players on this site. A couple of Astra Stars in your face. I don't know how confident you are in hitting this site, even with the numbers advantage.
And even if you want to go towards A, you've got that full Vice set up there that'll stall you till the rest of the players can rotate.
Yeah, especially with those 2 stars that P is just donated to Justin to give him a little extra room. But it looks like Purdue just want to cut noise and then re-hit this B site. But here comes the Haunt that gets shot immediately. The diversion pass and the Cosmic Divide go out. Kraken just through the smoke gets Trill. Haunt comes down, immediately destroyed, but here comes the rest of the team as P and Swashy get one of their own, but Kraken, Dill, Bob, and they're able to just clean up nicely.
Just beautiful team play there for Purdue coming out of that smoke. Aware that most of their team is either caught in that C's or caught in the... I don't even remember what the Astrosuck is actually called, but just beautiful team play from them. Just aware that they're going to need to throw all this util out and make some better gunfights.
Yeah, even in the face of a divergent path and a smoke, Kraken just shoots through it and kills Trail. Just another great round. Dex still hasn't died since, what, the first round?
Actually, no, I believe that last round was his first death.
He's been sitting at one death for a while now as he looks to increase his stat line even further. He's already got the pick onto the Senti. The Gravwell doesn't pull. But Dex is aware that there's probably more players here. It's a little too much fighting going on. So he just wants to post up on this line. Maybe re-engage, but dog in the face. He's got to get out.
With the aid from that smoke, he's going to draw out a bit more utility.
The dog is just enough to put Dex's crosshair off center. He does manage to go down with damage onto DeQuavius. But the Titan is finally defeated. But Dobob hasn't died since the beginning of the round, the beginning of the half either. As it looks like, Swashy able to get Smile, but a very quick trade. They know DeQuavius is a main. Their duelist was taken out.
And just a misplaced star there for P, not quite aware where they're going to want to be planting that spike. Will allow it to get down.
And Dobob does get hit with another Gravwell. But
Spidey with this flank.
This is a very nasty lurk timing. The Cosmic Divide goes out, but Trill turns around to help his teammate, and Dobob's just there. They know where the last player is. He was pinged on the 0 point earlier in the round. And there's his gun barrel, and there's the kill.
Just beautifully played there from Purdue. And honestly, Warriors looking like they're floundering. Just that Cosmic Divide coming out and P being slaughtered. But Trill looking back, not aware that Dilbob will be peeking out.
Yeah, an impeccable timing from Spidey there. The Cosmic Divide does go out, but with that kill, like you said, Trill has to turn around and maybe get that repick, but with the wall in your face, you can't really shoot through that, and he just gets picked up by the guy behind him. We go into another round with no timeouts used from either side. You would feel like Waterloo would maybe want to slow it down a bit. To like take a breather after losing 8 rounds in a row. You only have just now killed Dex, but
some spam coming through off of Trill for that kill onto Spidey. Will be the first engagement, but question is, will it be enough?
oh, Smile almost catches Trill without his gun in hand. He knows where he's at. But he has a feeling there's a second player here as the dog does find DeQuavius, and Smile just right where he needs to be at the right time. They know where Trill is now, and Dilbob is going to pick him up. They've brought back the numbers advantage.
I have the spike.
And Dex, with all of that commotion, has walked all the way out into A, past the Razor Vines, and right in the face of 2 players as he gets both. For 2 more picks for Dex as P is just left in a 1v4 in shambles.
And that's just highway robbery for Dex there. That first kill, sure, but that second, especially with that smoke blooming in your face. Dear God, that was beautiful.
Yeah, Swashy just completely unaware that that player had walked that far out with a knife in his hand. Isn't able to pull out his gun in time. Smile. Now knows where P is, but
Taking that back.
I don't know if P really wants to fight this right now. Sitting in the face of 4 players, surely.
And that will be a 9th for Purdue for Warriors 0. You've got to be wondering why Warriors hasn't taken a timeout thus far, but
Yeah, Yeah, nobody on Warriors is going positive. And the only one anywhere close from being even is Swashy. Meanwhile, Purdue Gold just... Dobob still hasn't died since, like, the second or third round. Dex, he died that 2 rounds ago, but he's 18-2. He's gotten 2 kills on average every round.
Bring them down.
And he wants more. Look at this aggressiveness from Dex. Just clearing out every angle. Wants to get this player off of this site. Knows where 1 is, but does he know where the 2nd is? No, he does not.
Still waiting.
Maybe a little bit over-aggressive there.
Yeah,
too
pushing
antsy.
through that smoke, not able to have your teammates play for you. But even then, that's drawing so much aggression for the side of Waterloo. All 4 players on A with just 1 stuck in
Bring
the
them
middle
down.
between middle and B. Prowlers will be exchanged for both sides, but Purdue's heading up this B long.
Yeah, Purdue are scared that someone maybe have walked out mid, and it's keeping their spike in their spawn. Meanwhile, Waterloo have already started rotating. They feel like there's been too much silence on the map.
And just a beautiful read from them. And especially with DeQuavius looking through
You should
mid
run.
and their spawn. And that lockdown being committed will confirm it.
30 seconds left.
Looks like they're just going to wait a couple of seconds. Bob just backsteps the stun, but isn't able to land the kill on Trill. They are going to invest in No Command as well. They want to take this round right out of Waterloo's hands, but they haven't gotten the spike down, and there's only 13 seconds left.
And in a
10
3v5,
seconds
P
left.
grabs Smile.
Oh, and they're just body block. Kraken tries to get out, but he runs right into his teammate, and a flawless round for Waterloo. That's going to put them back on the board, but still...
Purdue's got all that money, all those ults saved up. They did commit the no command and the lockdown, but even then, 9-1, it's still not looking good for you.
Oh, look at the money. That is an
Purdue
absurd
just-
amount of money.
Able to buy whatever they want, honestly. And it looks
I
like
wouldn't be
we're going to be
surprised
going
if we
for
found an operator this round.
certainly.
I mean, Dex has had that Vandal in his hand for forever. Just haven't been able to take it from him.
Purdue going for the tried and true. Hit A with the Spidey lurk up mid.
Now, but it's another aggressive push into mid.
Face
While
your
the Nightfall, they
fear.
just
Nightfall
want
will
to
come out, but
go.
this Visewall will be up A. And a counter Nightfall will be exchanged. Slowing momentum for both teams.
If you're Waterloo, sure, you get rid of that Nightfall, but like, now you've used one of your ults for yourself. That's an ult that you can't play retake on, and if you let Purdue on the site now, you surely have a steel guard at this point. I don't think we've seen it go out.
And this will be all 5 players for Purdue coming up to mid, wanting to perhaps go for B, as we do see Spidey ahead for long.
Flash goes out. P has to back off. He's going to try and
I need concealment.
give himself a little bit of cover.
But even then, we got 3 players quick
Right there.
rotating and DeQuavius on the flank.
Yeah, but Kraken just has a feeling. So far, the only person
30
that's given them
seconds
any
left.
type of resistance has been P, so they have no idea where the other 4 players are. And Waterloo is
Find you.
holding every angle to keep Purdue from pushing in. But there's only 13 seconds left again as Spidey isn't able to land the kill onto P, and all 4 of these players have to walk out of this choke. It's a bloodbath. But there's still 2 players left as Kraken is just protecting Dilbob with his life. Able to equalize and get a man advantage back on an almost unwinnable looking round. Swashy is just left in a 1v2 with no idea where these 2 players could be.
Knows where the spike is planted, but has to clear out all of long.
And the Haunt completely misses both players.
Just
I don't think he
tad
realizes.
short.
Does he know? The Seas grabs him. And it's just
So
enough.
much further in
And that was
late
just
stages.
beautiful. 10-1 for the side of Purdue.
Last round before the
Kraken
Only-
just being the guardian angel that he needs to be for his teammate, landing 3 kills to give Dilbob just enough time to get the plant down.
Certainly, that was just absolutely beautiful. If Dilbob had gotten up for even a second to take an engagement, there's no guarantee that spike was going down.
And it pushes these players of Waterloo even further into debt, even further into a KD debt too, with one of your duelists going 2-10.
With this final round, Waterloo's got to make something happen.
Yeah, this Steel Garden we haven't seen for the past 11 rounds. Surely it's invested here. Dex is just one off of a Blade Storm. As just players are just falling on both sides. Still Bob able to pick up 1, but 3 fall on Purdue's side as Kraken stuck in a divergent
And
path.
it's just going to be down to Spidey.
There's the Steel Garden. Spidey only able to land on 1. But still a 10-2 half and a very dominant looking half for Purdue.
Certainly. But University of Waterloo, with this double duelist comp, they were looking to take a majority of their points on attack. But 2, you've got to wonder, is that enough on defense?
Yeah, especially with no flashes. That flower is not going to save you. It just takes 1 shot to break it. And if Purdue are on it, you have no way to get out of your smokes. And Purdue can just shut down any type of aggressive hit. And their comp is honestly even better than Waterloo's was on defense. Bringing that KJ instead of that Vice to have that passive util, you don't have to force yourself to activate it on a whim.
Certainly. Dilbob throws out that haunt, though. It will get broken immediately. Dex wanting to take this early engagement.
Oh, and Dilbob's there to help him out.
Kraken does find the trade. On to Trill. It's going to be a 3v5.
Dex, in the face of a haunt, is still frying out as he gets 3.
Last one down.
And that'll be Dex at 22-5. Absolute mastery of this agent from him.
Surely in the face of a haunt, one of the 3 players kill him there. You have wall hacks on the guy. You could throw a dog out to this man. You could do something, and he's just unfazed
Just
in the
standing
face
there
of this. I mean, 1 in the face of a haunt.
Spike
2
down
and
mid.
then
1 enemy
face of a
remaining.
right click. Like,
Last one down.
surely someone hits him.
Just... You've got to wonder.
And we're already back in the action, and Texas already found another. Oh, P gets Dex, but Kraken and Spidey. Here comes the rest of the team. Trill has to leave.
Remaining.
And it'll be
leaves
all down to
Swashing in
him,
a
though he
terrible
is
position.
tagged.
That's a Bucky. But Kraken able to clean up nicely. A very fast round win, and that's going to put Purdue already on map point.
12-2 with some not the best weaponry on match point, but honestly, with this momentum and this mentality, you've got to wonder if that broken economy will even matter.
And Purdue looking to just close it out. Kraken, I believe, bought himself a rifle here. Looks like Purdue are just going to force this round against the attempted force up from Waterloo. So now Waterloo has nothing. Waterloo is going to have maybe a Sheriff or 2, maybe a Bucky. That's all they're going to work with
Zero
against.
Point will find 2 up B long.
Oh, they're going to bring an Ares. They're going to bring a couple of Ares, actually. But the trades are just too consistent for Purdue.
And Kraken with this Guardian has just been beautiful.
Yeah, he even tags Trill on the way out there.
But Justin inserted up mid.
He's walked all the way towards the backside. Smile, a little scared that someone could be on a late timing.
Kraken will pop out. Gonna be jump peeking this.
Oh, but here comes Waterloo. They want to help their team a little bit. Justin finally swings out and takes down Smile. And they look like they want to hit B site.
But even then, they are going to have to contend with a potential flank from Spidey.
Well, as I say that, Justin throws out his arc rose, and just they all decide to walk it back towards A, towards this KJ util that still hasn't been broken. Spidey has found no resistance up
30
A main.
seconds
He's just been
left.
sitting here the entire round. Meanwhile, the rest of Purdue realized there's no one on a rotate through spawn. Spidey's going to hear that C's go down.
Bomb grenade
That plant's
out.
going to go out too, and here come the rotates. Plant in a very unfortunate spot. Spidey with the nano
seconds
swarm
left.
able to push Swashi
Spike down A.
off that
That'll
initial
bring it to
plant.
a 3v2 with 5 seconds left.
Oh,
Spike
Trill.
will go down, but
They know exactly where he's planted.
Planted.
That 0 point's going to get both players. That's going to keep them from being flashed, but not keep them from being shot as Justin equalizes it to a 1 versus 1. Bob. Been disgusting on Fade. He lands the C's. And the
Arc
arc
Rose
rose
comes
is
out,
thrown
but-
wrong. And now he knows exactly where he is. Well, a little bit of spam comes out, but he doesn't even get the spike to half, but it doesn't matter. Bob is going to end the game. The beautiful
13
shot.
to 2. What a beautiful game from Purdue there. Just absolute confidence at every
Defenders
turn.
Gosh. Just an absolute stomp from Purdue.
That is what we want to see.
And I mean, sure, we were saying it the whole game, but like, how do you even express that, right?
It was just beautiful. It just I'm speechless, honestly. I've got nothing. Just Dex was playing beautifully aggressively on that jet, and even then, the rest of his team, Spidey on I don't even remember who he played. I believe it was KJ, just with those lurks, beautiful from him. Bob with the supporting plays on the fade. Everyone from Purdue playing perfectly off of each other.
Yeah, out of the 15 rounds that they played, Dex alone got 7 first bloods. Out of the 15 rounds, that man went 23-5 and dropped 7 first bloods. Over pretty much half of the map, he was dropping first picks.
That's just, you've got to wonder how Waterloo let that happen.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we can keep this momentum up because we have a game 2 coming as Purdue is looking to maybe close this out on a 2-0 going into Corrode, coming back right after a short break. But I mean, just oh my god! I mean, just wow.
Just you've got to wonder why Waterloo didn't take any timeouts. Just whether or not they didn't have a coach, whether just what was happening behind the scenes. Just it was too much that it wasn't natural. You've got to wonder whether or not something happened.
Yeah, just losing so many rounds. They only got 2 rounds onto it, and 2 rounds isn't enough. Especially on a comp where you have 2 duelists, right? Surely you make something happen. You can't even kill Dex with 3 players in the face of a haunt.
Certainly, they just weren't being aggressive enough, even on that defense half.
Yeah, and it just maybe they do something into this next map, but I mean we'll just have to see because I mean we got Corrode coming up and it's coming up very, very soon. So stick around because it looks to be an exciting second map coming up right after a short break. Well, welcome back to map 2 of this NECC game, the playoffs decider, if you will, for Purdue, where we've had what a game 1. If you just now tuned in, which I hope you didn't, you missed probably one of the craziest games Purdue has ever had. Dex dropping 7 of 15 rounds in a 13-2 sweep, 7 first bloods, and a 23-5 scoreline for just one man.
Just beautiful. And even then, just a 13-2. You've got to wonder how Purdue was able to make that happen. Just beautiful team play from them. Beautiful individual plays when they needed them. I mean, cracking there with that 3K to get the spike plant down. Just beautiful from Purdue in all aspects.
Yeah, the team play was rock solid the whole way through. The refrags, the utility to set either decks up or to get the spikes down, and just being able to play off of each other really, really well. And also the gunplay was so much better. It was fantastic.
Just in every aspect, Purdue has just seemed to be rapidly improving over these past weeks, especially between last week and this week. It's a night and day difference, man.
Yeah, it just like we were talking about how, like, at the beginning of this team change, how their team play kind of needed a little bit of work, then their team play got work, and then it was their aim that kind of lost them a couple of rounds, and now it seems like we're finally seeing the fruits of the labor, right? We're finally seeing what can happen when these players put their heads together, lock in, and it's insane. It's crazy. It's like a whole different beast.
Yeah, that confidence was just on another level, and we've just got to see if they'll be able to carry it through to this map of Corrode.
Yeah, Purdue known very, very well for Corrode, especially Kraken.
Go, go, go.
As it looks like an aggressive fight is already going to be taken.
Go, go, go.
Down mid. But again, Purdue leaving the spike, so they can play these confident angles, not have to worry about leaving the spike in an unfortunate position.
And Kraken will be picking up that spike, going through mid.
Wavius picks up one. The refract at the last second.
And that will be the spike down in mid, with
Last
just still
player
Bob left
standing.
in this 1v5. I mean, yeah, I'd be squeezing that too.
Oh, still
Bob!
Bob!
Just not quite ready for that peak.
And he almost got the kill too. If Justin hadn't have bought light armor there, he did get the dink with the ghost, but 105 damage is not 125. And a
this
very
time
fast,
works.
flawless round for Waterloo. Maybe a little overcooked from the previous game. Riding the hype train a little too hard.
Yeah.
Which it happens, right? You come off a game like that, and you got to feel so good.
Yeah, you just feel invincible. You're like, yeah, no matter what we do, everything is going to work. But we will see Purdue immediately switch it up. They're going to be looking to go heavily into this B site.
Yeah, after that aggression down mid, maybe realized one of these sites might be a little weaker than the other, as Dex is already getting super aggressive. But he buys an Ares. Waterloo, a big fan of the Ares. We've been seeing it a couple of times now. Trill just barely landing on a Kraken, and Smile not able to pull out the gun in time. As Swashy, 3 kills with Ares.
I mean, that was so quick, you almost wonder what happened. Just those 3 kills just coming out one after the other. Beautiful there from Swashy. A complete so far shift for Waterloo here.
Yeah, and Swashy was really their kind of ace player on the previous map, the only one who was anywhere close to being positive in a 13-2 SmackDown. This time, he's cooking up the heat a little bit more. You know, he's already up to a 4-0 stat line, and Purdue have only able to found 1 kill in the past 2 rounds. And a little bit of a calm down.
Something similar from their first round coming out for Purdue here, just wanting to draw out that util as steadily as possible.
So Spam's going to come out, but Dax is just aware again of where this player is. Tag Trill up. Spidey. An aggressive line.
Throwing net.
Gonna grab net. Doesn't tag anyone as P. The Ares again. Purdue have to back off.
But this will be Purdue looking to head towards this A site, maybe looking for a split through mid.
Yeah, but there's 2 players posted up in mid itself. 1 person posted up in Cubby. The health bars of Purdue look fine other than Spidey, but you have to hit one of these sites pretty soon. Spidey's going to get tagged by a dog. Now they know he's here, And they know he's tagged.
And that haunt comes out just for that extra confirmation. But we're going to be seeing Dex once peek out
30
from the
seconds
opposite
left.
angle. With
He needs
30
to
seconds
Viper
left, Purdue needs to
wall.
make something happen soon.
That Viper wall is going to go down, and once it does, oh, a judge in the face. Dex tries to pick up kills, but he's tagged by this. Oh, he's able to land one. Trill backs up as Kraken gets onto the site. But the spike is down. He has to pick it up, and he has to take it back to the site.
I have the spike.
It's just enough time to get the spike down, but Swashy knows as the paranoia comes out, and he's just
And
going to try and pick up the kill.
Not able to make anything happen there towards the end. Beautiful stall there from the side of Waterloo.
Yeah, even though Purdue were able to get on the site, there wasn't enough time left in the round. They just took too long to really decide on how they should hit one of these sites.
I think really it was just Spidey getting caught up in mid there, just not able to make something happen, just needing to get him out of there. That just watered down that timer even more.
Their line can't hold forever.
That was an 0-3 scoreline for Purdue, totally different from the previous map. As another aggressive fight is meant to be taken mid, as Swashy, as we normally see Kraken do, has picked up the Odin on that fade. Just going to let a little bit of shots rip through mid. But I don't think anyone's tagged up.
Go, go, go!
But if you keep firing Tracers through a smoke, eventually Tracers are going to fly back as Smile! How's he done that?
With just a Sheriff, that's a beautiful eagle kill for the side of Purdue.
He dinks him through a smoke. I don't think Quavius even shot his gun that round. Spidey again,
No escape.
tagged up by this Ares.
But that will be P caught by that grab net.
Coming through.
Yeah, and after hearing him,
Dex looking to get aggressive here.
they know these players are mid. They saw him once before. This Refractus just hit him every time. As Swashy and P with these LMGs are letting it rip. Spidey, Swashy, but P gets
Spike
Kraken,
down,
and now we're
B.
left in a 2 versus 2. Still Bob was left with just a sliver of HP against a gun that could just wallbang him.
30 seconds left.
Spike is going to go down, but both Purdue players only have a Sheriff.
The Thorns are going to keep Dilbob here. If he moves so much as an inch, those Razor Vines are going to kill him.
Player standing.
Spidey isn't able to land the kill, but Dilbob is the flash. Goes out full blind. But Dilbob knows. Danny land the shot. He cannot. It's Justin able to pick up that final kill.
That will be 4 in a row for the side of Waterloo here. This is usually about the amount of rounds that Purdue likes to take a timeout after. So we'll be wondering if we're going to see that here. But even so, Purdue just not quite looking as confident as they were. Maybe in that first round, just a little bit of spillover from that previous game. But after that second, they were just completely shot in the foot.
Yeah, it seems like a strategy that Purdue really likes to use on defense. I mean, every wall on Corrode is pretty much made of paper mache. So any LMG that you bring to the table here is going to do some damage through the walls. And I don't think Purdue has really figured out a way to get past these LMGs either in mid or now on B, as
And
B
just
has
the
decided to
spam
pick up an
coming
Odin.
through smoke has brought out Dex and even Smile. And Trill being taken out by... and Dilbob being taken out by Trill, just not going to be good for Purdue. That will be their Viper going down, so that lurk wall is going to be completely useless on this A site.
Yeah, and with so much money, those 4-round wins, I'm surprised we didn't see it last game for Purdue. They didn't
I got
ever
Spike.
once pull out the operator, but this time, Waterloo, as early as they can, they want to bring this op online, post it up on these angles. As you can see, Trill is staring down Smile. Smile does not want to peek into that. He's going to back up to B. It's P, this Odin. He's upgraded from the Ares after dying last round, and he has a paranoia ripped. Ready and waiting. Any noise. This dog might be the indicator.
Spike is down.
It's Trill.
Spike down mid.
Picks up Dex, but Smile is able to land an equalizer kill,
30 seconds left.
but not able to just bring the numbers advantage back on Purdue's side. And now DeQuavius has the op. Oh, but never mind. He hasn't picked it up just yet.
And it's going to be, looks to be a save round for the side of Purdue
10
here. Just wanting
seconds
to
left.
preserve these rifles into this next round.
Yeah,
As DeQuavius goes back to grab the operator.
yeah. This op still being online is not the best sight that you want to see.
Yeah, an operator, at least one Odin. I believe Swashy might also have one, but
Yeah, it's
Purdue getting completely outclassed in terms of weaponry there.
it's definitely a scenario where they still have yet.
And here is this predictable Purdue timeout. I mean, yeah, you've got to be talking, what can we make work, what can we make happen? I think, honestly, what they've been struggling with is just being able to get onto a site. They've not been nearly aggressive enough, instead of just wanting to play passively and draw out util a little bit too much.
Yeah, they've been so slow at hitting these sites, and it seems like they haven't found an answer to these two Odins. And what it was an Ares, but now P has upgraded to an Odin. So you have two Odins, you have one in mid, you have one in B. Then you have the Vice setup on A that has just suffocated any type of push Purdue has tried to do. And because Waterloo is able to take control of mid so early, they have these quick rotates over to B, over to A, wherever Purdue wants to go. So they kind of need this mid control, but how do you take mid control is the question. You have a smoke in your face at all times. You have an Odin sitting atop mid that you really haven't been able to clear, and they have an operator now. So these lines that you need to clear to get onto these aggressive angles, they're just shutting you down before you can even start.
Certainly, Waterloo's just playing this perfectly, just suffocating any and all options that Purdue can take.
It looks like they're going to move their operator from A to B this time, as Purdue have shown their hand on B many, many times. There's almost always a player here as a dog. He's going to get thrown out. And a defensive divergent pass just to push all the way out.
And Smile having to peek into three, one an operator and one an Odin.
Surely we don't expect to win a fight there.
Last player
And
standing.
it's just all down to Dex.
Swashy has an
rather.
Ares. He doesn't even have an Odin. He's had that Ares since... Never mind. There goes the Ares. It's still Bob with a snake bite in his hand.
And DeQuavius finds a third. Surely Purdue is going to make something work. That'll be 6 rounds in a row for Warriors Gold.
I'm out of here.
And I think... I
Gotta
don't know, but I'm pretty sure I saw them re-pick up the Ares. I'm not for sure on this, but I'm pretty sure Swashy has another Ares. He might just be the Ares merchant. I don't know.
I mean, if it works, it works, and he's clearly making it work, being 7-3, tied with DeQuavius, who even then only got tied onto that because of his 4K in the previous round.
Toxin screen down.
This time Purdue,
Inserting themselves up mid early here, perhaps wanting to go for a bit of an A crunch here.
that is not an Ares. That is an Odin, and that is a Nightfall ready and waiting for any type of aggression Purdue want to show. And it looks like they're going to show it on A. But Dilbob has the spike all the way out A main, and as you can see, there's a long line of util between him and the rest of his team.
And I mean, even then, if you get through all that util, you've got to contend with Trill having an operator, Swashy just jiggle peeking that angle with his Odin, and Justin
Hi.
does have a bit less. And Trill there, just with a beautiful collab.
And just like that, snap your fingers, blink, you'll miss it. The whole round, the whole team's gone.
Yeah, just that beautiful 3-stack for the side of Warriors Gold, just
Go, go, go.
covering every angle, every possibility. You've got an operator there, and of course getting a collat, just beautiful from Trill. You've got an Odin, and just, I mean, what can you even say? Just too perfectly planned out from them.
And just like 7-0. This is looking completely opposite of what happened in the previous game.
Bring them down.
And it's crazy because this is Purdue's map pick.
Welcome.
On Waterloo's map pick, they destroy them with Dex. A great relay bolt and great awareness. That's already 3 players down as one was grabbed by the Annihilation.
And Dex wanting to take this aggressive angle on the staircase, pushing
One
into
enemy
CT
remaining.
spawn. It's just Justin left in a 1v5.
there was ever a
Pharaoh
time
will
that
be spotted.
Purdue needed to come alive, it's now.
That'll be our first round of hopefully many to come. 1-7. Going to be a long road back for Purdue if they want to close it out on Corrode.
But it's a great start, being able to survive that round with all your players. Sure, you invested 2, maybe 3 ults that round, but Dex finally coming alive. The relay bolt perfectly landing on 2 players. The awareness that, hey, there's probably someone in the smoke able to pick up the kill. And then the Annihilation grabbing P, finally shutting him down from that arguably unstoppable angle. Dex takes all of his health. And here comes the Nightfall. Swashy gets still Bob, gets traded. Jaquavius just pumping the brakes on all of Purdue's hits as P through the wall, and Justin. Oh,
It's just on a smile, but he's going to get stunned and taken out by Jaquavius.
Not impressed.
Jaquavius feels confident on this map. I mean, he's been everywhere.
And I mean, you like the plan there coming out from Purdue, using that deadlock wall to block off the left angle from A main. Just beautiful use of util there, but not able to quite fully capitalize it.
Yeah, the Nightfall not hitting Swashy, there was a big hindrance to them because he was just, there was nothing to push him off the line. Purdue doesn't have flashes, so they have no way to really go out of a smoke. And so Swashy is able to just sit there with his Odin, and the second anyone comes out, he's able to spray him down. Little trip of the wall. And Dex, they
Jaquavius just with spam.
the wall goes down and Dilbob dies as Dex is walking right into an Odin, stuck in a grab net, but it doesn't matter. The seize has landed on 3 players. Smile though. Tries to equalize the round.
So it's left in 2v4. But P flanking with this Odin. Will he be aware that he's going to be double peeked? Smile grabs it, but left in a 1v2 scenario.
He's just
That immediate from the shadows being committed to get onto this B site and plant as soon as possible.
He knows P was that B player, so if he's all the way into their spawn, there can't be anyone else here. But Trill still has his op in hand. Does he? Whoa! He almost knows the dog in the smoke. Shorty in his hand.
And just not enough bullets to make it happen.
It's going to be 1-9 for Purdue. All momentum that they had immediately snuffed back out. This Waterloo has just been constantly stopping all of these pushes from Purdue.
But even then, you wouldn't really say that there's one specific standout player from the side of Waterloo. They've just all come alive in this second game.
And there have been a couple of good picks for Purdue, but Dex hasn't really been able to get much value in these rounds. He's maybe once in a blue moon able to get one, but there's just so much in your face when you go to hit these sites. And it's really hard, especially as a Neon. You don't have nearly as much self-agency as a Jet would.
Certainly, and Purdue's want to be hitting into B here again. Just all 5 players going down.
He sees the op again! It's just such an early pick, round after round. Smile equalizes, but there's an Odin around the corner. And Dilbob's 1 HP.
Go, go, go! I got spiked.
And it's just all down to Dilbob and Dex, left in a 2v4. And the Steel Garden gets committed. Dex able to get out.
I'm out of here.
Dex has to run. He's being trailed by the remaining 3 players. Dilbob tries to hold his ground.
I'm out of here.
He's only able to get 1.
It's going to be a bit of wonder whether or not he committed to this A hit. And it will be confirmed with the spike going down. Going to be inserting himself into a bit of an off angle here.
Yeah, but even if he gets 1 here, Justin being the bait, if he pops out from behind this box, he's going to be immediately spammed down by this Odin. But if he waits just a second longer, there's a chance. Justin knows. Is it enough?
Beautiful from Dex.
The reload from the Odin was all it took.
Last round in the half.
The perfect swing.
Just Waterloo getting a bit too confident there, sending out that divergent paths. Let's get a replay of it here.
Oh, we have to see that again. The timing on the swing could not have been any better as the divergent paths are ripped. The perfect lineup for the two players. And as the Odin is reloading, he's able, even through the hinder, to fire enough bullets to take down Swashy.
Last
Just
round.
beautiful. And that pop-off could be what Purdue needs. That could be their lifeline. Dex getting immediately dinked.
He's going to take
Boy
all
will
this
be heading
momentum.
into the site. Does find Trill.
But he knows there's always been a vice here. Surely he checks this corner. It's getting a little too aggressive, but it's just not enough. He doesn't check the corner, and Justin picks up
Last
both Smile,
player standing.
Dilbob, and Dex as it left in just a 1v2. What was a 4v2 at the start of the round is now just gone for one man. But Kraken, can he be the angel Purdue need to bring them up to 3-9? And yes, he can.
Back-to-back 3Ks to bring Purdue to 3 rounds. Going into this second half, this pistol round will be crucial, but if they're able to win it, it could just give them a chance.
And then we might be getting a replay of this
One
Kraken.
enemy remaining.
Just able to pick up P without getting tagged. Just slowly checking every angle, aware of it. Tucking right back out for Justin's able to land that phantom shot was everything to winning that round. But now Purdue have to get some momentum, some wind behind their sails here.
Purdue known for corrode, but even more specifically known for that corrode defense. But even then, down 3 rounds to 9. Will it be enough?
You can see those pings coming out from Waterloo. They want to go through that A short,
I believe so, yeah.
as Trill has already put himself
sure.
in. Justin and DeQuavius are already out of the sight. They're so fast on this hit, but a paranoia stuffed in your face is exactly what Purdue need to retake the site. Spike is only just now going down. Not even. They just tapped it. And all 5 players of Purdue are here.
And just so incredibly disciplined. Hearing that spike tap, but not getting too aggressive with it.
Oh, but Trill.
Finds 2, but Kraken will be the one to retain that numbers advantage as the remaining players for Waterloo look to rotate towards B.
There's still Sonic sensors here. This global presence from Deadlock. If they're not slow with getting the spike down, looks like they're just barely avoiding these sensors, but they can't just run right back out into B.
Spike planted.
And because of that,
Purdue will be at least vaguely aware of where they're positioned.
yeah, not tripping those sensors, not even breaking them, Purdue realized there's probably someone deep
Remaining.
as the trade's going to go out. And Swashy at a very lethal angle. It's going to get cleared, but is it enough? Swashy with just a sheriff in his hand. Does he get hit by the grab net? He does. He's going to rip the grab net off, but he's not able to get it off in time.
And Spidey there secure that pistol round for the side of Purdue, giving them a lifeline for what was looking bleak just a few rounds ago.
And with that round, they should be able to pick up some kills here on this next round. Maybe get an ult online, depending on how close any of their players would be. And just get the Odin as early as possible. Do what Waterloo did to them. Use the Odin, stuff up either mid or one of these sites. Keep Waterloo from pushing too fast because, to be honest, that round was looking very dire for Purdue. They got onto A with almost no resistance at all.
But Waterloo looking to head towards mid here.
The question
Kraken
is,
posted up at the top.
does Kraken have his infamous Bulldog?
Dex with a Bucky and Smile back up with the Spectre.
Smile looking to bait for his teammate as Kraken with that Bulldog and Spidey with a Guardian able to pick up 2 kills.
Dilbot does get taken down in B, but Purdue will be aware.
Through the smoke again. It feels like everyone just dies through smokes. I feel like there's been more kills through smokes than they have been when they can actually see the players. But Justin is through B, walking back into mid to try and reclaim this deep spike.
That will be the deadlock wall going down.
Kraken is eerily aware. And it's going to be enough to get the kill as Dex with a Bucky able to pick up one. And now he knows where Trill is. And at close range, a sniper versus a Bucky isn't really favored for the sniper.
Yeah, that will be a 5th round for Purdue and the start of their snowball if they're going to be able to find one at all in this half.
The question remains,
Well, damn.
does Kraken keep the Bulldog? Or does he give the Bulldog to someone else and buy his own Odin? Because getting the Odin online early is something they like to do. But I don't think they will. Instead, Kraken is going to be given the Guardian, the Bulldog, probably in the hands of someone else.
Aggressive play up A for Waterloo here, but they will be pushed back by that paranoia from Smile.
It looks like they're going to take down that deadlock wall in mid. Put a question mark on the map that Purdue have to be aware of. But Dex is here. And he can make sure that no one
spot that
pushes too
shoulder
deep.
of Trill.
Dex and Spidey. Now that there's a smoke, something's up. There's another Odin in Swashy's hand. It looks like they're going to re-hit A. And it looks like Purdue do not have the read, but that little engagement from Dex is enough to bring those players back. Now Waterloo have to deal with the stack site. The arc rose flashes. Dex gets one. Trades go out as Kraken has to back off. The Seas does grab two.
Spike planted.
The rest of Purdue headed over from that B site. Kraken with the wrap.
Kraken could do some damage here, but he's not able to pick up the kill on Swashy. Damage is done.
Just a Sheriff in Spidey's hands. Likely something similar in the hands of
Last
Dilbob.
player standing.
So it won't matter.
Bob already down, but Spidey left in a 1v4 with just a Sheriff. Dodges the arc rose, but gets jiggle peeks.
And with that slide and a Guardian as well as someone else peeking you, there's not really much you can do in that situation with just a Sheriff. So that will be a 10th round for the side of Waterloo. But Purdue will still have a pretty penny to spend in this fourth round of the half.
Go, go, go.
Yeah, and it all things considered, it doesn't look terrible for Purdue. They have a decent economy right now. They've won the first 2 rounds, which means they're capable of, you know, we know that they're capable of winning these rounds, right? And it just comes down to execution. Can they stop Waterloo from hitting these super aggressive hits? Because it's what they've been doing, and it looks to be what they're doing again. Going into this round as a Haunt, an Arc Rose, Util galore.
Shadows traveling.
The map's gone silent again, and Dex once more is feeling a little wary that someone could be walking down mid. The dog doesn't tag him. But now he's aware that there are players in mid. Doesn't know how many, but he has to assume more than one. Cannot be too aggressive here, as the barrel of the gun is going to give him away.
And the assist
Smile.
from Smile to grab Swashy on that off angle.
Toxin screen down.
And now, with a great numbers advantage for Purdue, all guns still in their hands. Smile got tagged just once.
P and Trill looking to be taking this spike towards the B site, but those sonic sensors are going to alert Dex immediately.
They're not deep enough to hit the sensors, but now they are. Fires one shot of the
30
areas, and
seconds
it's
left.
all it takes to trip it. The Trill providing some cover. She's going to get the first kill
Spike
on
planted.
Purdue.
And will insert himself deep down B link here.
Smile.
Here.
I don't know if he has a feeling. He thinks that someone's going to swing out the smoke, but there's someone right next to you. You have to clear. Kraken is going to get taken out because of it, but Smile able to pick up a good trade.
Paranoia does come through, and it will find P off of it.
Just as the smoke fades. The Paranoia keeping him blind. Purdue able to walk away from that round with 3 players still alive.
That will be their 6th. Only a 4-round differential here, folks. it could very well happen.
And we're talking about Dex during the first half. Dex is now starting to come back alive, already back up to the top of the leaderboard for Purdue. Putting numbers in, finally landing his shots. Smile just providing so much cover for Dex, providing amazing paranoias. His paranoias have been completely on point this entire game, even though the stat line, the scoreboard might not show it. These players have been performing well. It's just things are not going right, but it looks like now there's a little bit of momentum back.
Spidey with a beautiful read that they're going to be doing a hard hit here. Throws that wall out immediately. Nightfall will be
Oh, but he had a grab net in his hand. And Dex is going to get taken out too. The site is once again in control of Waterloo, of all 5 players. Kraken with the Odin. Gets 2.
Player standing.
Not able to
It's
find
just
a
all going to be
third.
down to Dillbob in a 1v3.
The arm.
Spots the arm, but P on that swing just too good. That will be 6-11 for the side of Waterloo.
And you wonder what would have happened if Dex, or Spidey, sorry, could have gotten that kill onto P and been able to use the Annihilation to deny the spike plant. Even if they get shot out of the Annihilation, right? It gives your team time to rotate. Even the fact that you just hold it in your hand, right? You don't even need to shoot it. You hear, I'll pull you to your right, and then nobody wants to push.
It was just a beautiful combination there of the Gravnet in hand as well as the Nightfall and Convergent Paths. Dequavius finding Dex immediately and Justin finding Kraken. Both of those mid players for Purdue being taken down early, as well as P finding Smile and A main.
Toxin screen down.
And just like that, it's down to a 5 versus 2 as Dobomb on a very aggressive line with a Stinger is able to find one, and that box cannot be spammed through, but
Player standing.
the Paranoia and a Relay Bolt. And whoa.
Spidey not letting the mistakes
Spidey.
happen again.
Spidey, I think it's better we just keep our gun out from now on. But he is going to walk away with his life, and the spike is planted A. But nobody is on A right now. Spidey actually has time to fast rotate, but he has no idea there's no one actually on the site.
Does that have that Annihilation in hand? Not going to find anyone.
So far back.
And this spam is just going to
There's
be
a shorty in your face.
That will be map point for the side of Waterloo, wanting to take us to split.
We can all agree losing sucks. Come on, let's gotta go.
Yeah, I mean, you highlighted it earlier, but the stat line for Waterloo, everyone on the team is putting in their own piece of util, their own work. All of them going positive. Everyone dropping double digits. With P, even though he's the bottom frag of the team, still going 12-9 with 13 assists. It's probably just because of the amount of times people have been sprayed through his smoke, but another timeout's going to be taken from Purdue.
And I mean, if you're Purdue here, you're looking to make anything happen on this last round. Just draw it out a little bit longer, see if you can develop a little bit of momentum, as they haven't been able to do previously.
And you just think about what Purdue have been doing wrong, and when you actually take into account the ways Purdue have been losing these rounds, it's not been by much. Sure, the numbers at the end of the round are vastly different, with 3-4 players of Waterloo still being alive at the end of the round, but it really just starts with one tiny mistake at the beginning is all it takes to tip the scales.
Surely. Purdue looking for this similar setup,
I'm out of here.
although they
I'll show them.
will these two sonic sensors be enough for these 5 players that are about to hit B?
And some deep pings coming out early into the round.
Dog finds Dex immediately.
He's gonna rip his overdrive in the face of a Vandal. And there's a TP from the shadows was used to put P in heaven, but he turns around at the worst time. Smiles his own from the shadows being everything to put some paranoia, no pun intended, on P. But an equalizer kill is made. Dillbob off of this silence is pushed so far down mid. And I don't
Waterloo
know,
considering it, but
Waterloo, I don't know if you want to walk through mid right now. Surely you jump peeks it twice. You didn't see him the first time.
and backs through his own wall, getting away.
Oh, Trill. The frag doesn't land, but the shots
Last
do.
player standing.
Oh, Trill. On for the ace. The Spidey's left in a 1 versus 2.
Trill left on 36 HP.
30 seconds
Convergent
left.
paths.
Is he going to rip it?
Wanting to be committed.
He's just going to rip it. There's no one back here.
Pushes
He wants the ace
forth
that bad.
and just will not find anything, even hindering his own teammate.
Spidey. Ooh. I think he wants to give Trill the ace, but Trill in a graph net. Oh, still able to land the shot.
Win.
And with an ace to end the game, Trill going 21-11. Not quite the performance that we saw Dex had, but still an incredible one at that.
Certainly, just Trill finding just everything, honestly.
Yeah.
Picking up the operator, just finding beautiful kills off the back of his own util and even his teammates. He was just playing perfectly that game.
Yeah, and even though the scoreline was 6-13, right? Again, Purdue didn't lose by much. Like the rounds, yes, the amount of rounds they lost was pretty vast, but the way they lost them weren't really that far apart in terms of skill. They still have a chance on this map 3, which, I mean, we're going into split, and they're attacking first on the defensive side of the map.
Yeah, not the best that you want to be looking at going into a map 3 of potentially your last game of the season.
Yeah, but hopefully we're able to see how they perform, because we're just gonna head right into it. I mean, we're not even gonna take a break. We're just gonna let it rip into map 3, and we're gonna see what happens. So, what do they need to change?
I mean, if honestly, just I feel like Dex on this Neon is just not finding the same value that he was on that Jet, especially in that map 1. He's just not quite having the same aggression, the same just able to get in and get out immediately, as well as just not quite. He's being almost too far ahead of his teammates, not quite creating enough space for them that's relevant to them.
Yeah, I mean, we saw in map 1, the Kraken on KO was able to provide a whole lot of utility for Dex, even though you don't really see it most of the time. The flashes that were coming out were giving Dex a lot of agency and a lot of fights that he could take. And this time around, when you have Neon and you have the ability to go fast, the first thing in your mind is once you hit that button and you see that bar start going down, you're like, I have speed, let's just go, right? And you full commit, but your team doesn't have that speed boost as well. So they're so far behind you that even with Smile having great paranoias rip that round, and honestly, I don't think he missed a single one onto a player. It's not enough because you're so far ahead. It takes so long for that utility to get in front of you to really give you the opportunities to land picks.
Certainly, and just even then, he would get in and his teammates would still be in main, just being picked off, and he wouldn't be able to get the kills, get the trade kills, and just you can't be letting that happen as a duelist player. Just I don't want to say it was only him because it certainly wasn't, but it was a big part.
Yeah, and when we're talking about how the map was only lost by a couple of very small mistakes, First Bloods are that small mistake. And Dex dropping 7 of the 15 rounds of First Bloods during the first map. This map, I don't think he had any but like 1 or 2. And that's a crazy disparity between the first map and the second map, to where you can see what happens if a simple mistake is made when the teams are this close. When there's this much on the line, you can't afford to make these small mistakes that are going to cost you the round in the long run.
Certainly, and we're just going to have to see Purdue need to make these changes, need to have Dex, playing that Neon again, but create just a bit more relevant space for the rest of his team as we go into this map 3 of Split.
And looking at the team comps, we're seeing a double initiator on both sides with a bit of an alteration between Purdue and Waterloo, as Waterloo is opting to bring in the breach, while Purdue bringing in that KO from the first map.
And that breach immediately finding relevancy. That stun being ripped immediately. Just quashing this Purdue A hit.
And look how far out Trill has already gone into B. And Justin in mid. They already have these two lines set up so deep on both these sides of the map. They don't need to worry about rotating at all. In fact, they're just going to send Justin on his way through sewer to backstab the rest of the team. But Purdue, they're sending all their players up ramp, leaving Spidey behind. And on unfortunate timing, Dex barely doesn't see Trill there, and it might be. It's not. But it was close to being the death of even more players at Purdue. But the kills are equalized, and P is left on just a sliver of HP after that initial engagement. But Purdue owned the site.
Spike planted.
Crack in. Sorry. Bob, I should say. In a very precarious spot with 3 players in garage. They're going to take down 2 of the players of Purdue. P just needs 1 bullet to kill him, but the shots are not able to land, and just like that, round just goes the other way.
And just that was perfectly reclaimed for the side of Waterloo. Towards the middle there, that even game, just it looked like Purdue was going to be able to handle it, but Dilbob not quite watching this flank as vigilantly as he should be. Just letting 3 players get up through garage, and he's just not able to contest that by himself.
Yeah, and what was a pretty good. You had the whole site. You had 4 players alive. It was an equalized match, but I mean, you had the site. You had the spike down and everything. And P was on a sliver of HP, but they weren't able to land a single shot on him to actually take him down in heaven. He was the only one in heaven. If they would have taken him down, maybe they could have focused their attention on those garage players. But they just kind of fell apart. Now Dex just gets tagged by this Bulldog. Let's play a little bit aggressive. Just a classic in his hand. The map's gonna go quiet. Fault line. And Swashy.
Again, picking up that Ares.
Oh, Bob.
Bulldog in his face responds with the classic.
It's gonna be
able to claim that.
Quavius just off that pick, A main. Just thinks that maybe the rest of the team is there. Walks a little too far down. Picked off, but you have to be aware that that could be a lurk. Now they know this sheer wall is here. Thorns are going to go out just before.
And that will allow time for Trill to rotate over. Dex with just a classic, not quite able to make something happen.
Yeah, and Spidey tries to get onto site with his teammate because Dex, I don't know if that was the best idea to just kind of run into sight. Spidey tries to TP in to help him, but they both just get taken down immediately by this Judge as it just jump shots Kraken.
And you know, one of the things that I'm actually just now noticing, I believe we did see him play it last round, but Dilbob usually plays this Viper, and it usually plays it well for the side of Purdue, but they've been opting to put him on this initiator role, and you've got to wonder, is that what they've been succeeding with, or is this going to be what bites them in the ass?
Yeah, and looking at the stat line already, it looks scarily like the previous map, where there's only a couple of kills. Just one more kill than there was last map for Purdue. I mean, they have rifles now, but this is a big round. This is arguably the biggest round of the map. They need momentum going, as these Ares that just keep posting themselves up on site just keep finding value as P
There.
gets Kraken. The site is theirs, but can they lock it down? They need to be firing on all cylinders here. Spidey picks up 1, picks up 2, gets a 3rd as Dex gets 1, but gets shut down by the Judge. Judge also manages to pick up Spidey on that TP out, and then with the Vandal.
But Dilbob, their savior in the end there, left on 5 HP by the end of that engagement.
Hey, he's able to stop the bleeding, but with all those rifles expended, I assume we're only going to see maybe that one hero rifle be carried over, and the rest are just... They're just going to be left to the wayside. Purdue actually looking to invest a lot into this round.
Bring them down.
Brilliant Guardians try and force their way through this chokehold of a mid. Dopop just sprayed out through the smoke. The smoke's just always... It seems like there's always someone who's going to get shot through one of these smokes the second it goes up.
Again, the round slows down. Waterloo having a bit of the wrong read here. 3 players on this B site. Meanwhile, Purdue has 5 in A main, wanting to hit fast.
Toxins
But
going
we'll
up.
have to get through this vice setup first. And just a pixel angle.
Just all he needs to find one and find damage onto other players as well.
But the shear wall isolates Dex. And he's brought down to 10 HP by this
Barely
Ares.
escapes. Dodges the flash, doesn't dodge the C's, left just 1 HP remaining.
30 seconds left.
Just a punch and util in your face. You have to get rid of these players on site. I don't know if they expect 2 to be here, as Dex is immediately shut down, and Justin, Swashy, and Trill are gonna put another round on the board for Waterloo with not a single player falling.
And just Purdue, and even more specifically Dex, just being isolated a lot of the rounds. Just not able to find a trade onto him or trade off of his other teammates. Just Waterloo is baiting this Neon in perfectly.
Yeah, so many rounds. Dex is just stuck, isolated from the rest of his team, whether that be of his own volition or of this wall. It's interesting that he hasn't tried to trip it a single time. He's just kind of ran through these walls, and he's been shut down for it every time. But a little bit of support from Kraken once more. Get the first blood. The cost of a lot of HP. Speed through the boxes into smoke. Just pick after pick. This Odin finding so much value. P and Swashy, these LMGs, this Trill, the Vandal.
Player standing.
Have to pick up 2 more.
And it's just all down to Spidey here with so little HP and just a classic to his name.
Right
Does find
click.
1, but just will not be enough.
It's looking dire again as Purdue. They're gonna buy rifles this round, but that remaining cash is not a great sight to see.
Not quite what you'd want to see. I mean, that remaining cash is what 1 or maybe even 2. We're not quite sure what the UI is on that Warriors squad, but what 1 Warriors player is spending this round.
And you have to think that it's probably just util.
And just Kraken seemingly knowing exactly where to spray.
Finally, a counter spray goes out, and he almost kills him again. Trill's left with 1 HP, has to swing out. He popped the resurrect. Spidey is in a very unfortunate spot. Even if he TP's there, that aftershock would have killed him.
But DeQuavius looking to have picked up the up here.
Smile gets tagged by the Arc Rose. Isn't able to land the headshot on Justin. Even though the crosshair's there, the first shot doesn't land. And Dex is behind him. But Swashy doesn't care. He just wants the other 2 players. He's going to turn around and just mow down the third.
And just again, Dex able to find 1, but just not able to trade his teammates. He's just too deep in.
How does Swashy pick up 3 there? He's holding down the trigger with an Odin. He gets the first one, sure. Then he stops, fires the second one, sure. Does a 180 flick while holding down the Odin through the box, lands the shot on the Dex, surely. Dex knows exactly where Swashy is. He just lost 2 of his players. Even some shots through the box could have been enough to take to take down Swashy there.
Just a complete misplay from Purdue there at the end of that round. And that's honestly been the story of this map so far. Just one or two critical mistakes every round for the side of Purdue, and just not able to quite bounce back from them.
And they came out of that last round that they lost. They came in, they got the first blood. They even picked up Trill's Resurrect with losing pretty much no HP on their side, and then it just flopped. Right, you lost Spidey in an unfortunate angle where even if he did CP out, he would have still been hit by the aftershock, and then you just let one guy with an Odin dictate your whole round. As Purdue looked to hit A once more with just a couple of pistols.
But even then, they're going to be hitting into DeQuavius's op. Even just one spam through this wall could be the end of the round for Purdue here.
Toxin screen down.
And Trill using his smoke to keep the attackers at bay. It expires pretty quickly, but they're just gonna go. They know the op's here now. Dex is gonna stun himself. He's full blind, but
Almost out.
Kraken's there to clean up with a stinger. The op is still online, and it's still a 4v4. Spidey tucked very deep, able to land one, but the shorty in the face is gonna take him down.
Marked one.
Bob is even gonna invest in the Nightfall here. It looks like they want to go all out to try and take away some of these weapons. Counter Nightfall. Kraken left with 1 HP. Something has to be done as P and Swashy with these Odins. They know where the last player is. Full blind. No one's sticking the spike though.
And just too many bullets to contend with just a stinger and 8 HP. That'll be a
Odins.
6th for the side of Waterloo to produce 1.
Just the LMGs have been unclearable in these past 2 games. They haven't been able to. They might be able to break through 1. Like they take down P every now and again, but Swashy's going 8-1. Even P, who has been taken down, he's only been taken down twice. And these Odins have either gotten damage or gotten multiple frags onto this attacking side, and Purdue have had no way to get through this.
Quavius with that op once again. Gonna find Dex before dashing out.
Toxin screen down.
Barely. Dex gets full blinded by the flash, which is a little unfortunate, but DeQuavius able to be put in such a perfect position to land that shot and get out.
Toxins going up.
Now Purdue are wondering how they approach this. They already struggled to approach sites with an even numbers advantage, but look at the players from Waterloo. They are circling Purdue like sharks.
And I mean, even if they want to go through mid, they're gonna have to contend with that op from DeQuavius once again.
Yeah, if Justin decides to swing this now, it can spell disaster. This wall does not prevent Justin from seeing a slight angle. If they were to walk through mid, they would walk through A main. These 3 players from ramp.
30 seconds.
Dilbob aware of Justin's position though.
And Kraken will pick up one of his own, but these Odins once more. This Rolling Thunder stops the push, and the Odins are just so lethal. Spidey stuck in a 1v2 in the face of Swashy, this unkillable menace. He's gonna pop it from the shadows to try and grab the spike. There's a haunt in his face. He has to put the spike down, and the Odin from around the corner.
Not going to be letting anything happen for the side of Purdue here.
Just not enough. Each and every time they try and make something happen, they get shut down by these Odins. P picks up 2. Swashy picks up 2. It just what
again,
looks to be a round.
Even if you get past those Odins, you've got to contend with the operator from DeQuavius, which has just been...
They haven't been able to kill him.
No charges.
Ever since he's had this op, he hasn't died. Even if he hasn't gotten picks, right? He's only 4-3. He's still been there, and that phantom presence of, if I swing this, is there going to be an op staring me down? Is sometimes all it takes. Trill once again stuck in vents, this time not sprayed down. And he's going to hear all of this. Spidey. And there's the op finally getting a pick as Swashy once more. An immovable object on whatever site he decides to sit on. Bob. He's holding an angle. But if this op decides that it wants to get a little aggressive, Washy's gun barrel. It's still not enough. Oh, Kraken. It's tagged by the op through the wall. One shot, it was all it would take to take down Swashy. The volley's going to kill him. But with 5 HP, the other one is still in your face.
And it's just looking impossible for Purdue here to even pick up one round. That's 6 in a row for the side of Waterloo. Making that that round number 3 just look like a fluke for the side of Purdue.
And in a match, this is match point. This is match point, playoffs point. This is where you need to make sure that your hatches are battened and there are no cracks showing, right? And it seems like this is where most of the cracks have been showing.
Yeah, Purdue off the back of that first map, seeming unstoppable and then just completely faltering.
Dex is just gonna swing right into an Odin and a shorty, and the Kraken tries to make something happen, but that op is still there. Now Dilbob and Spidey try
Player standing.
to put some pressure back, but Trill has just been lethal.
It's just looking like Waterloo's unstoppable.
Snack time.
This is map 1
Only brought enough for me.
reversed. This is,
Certainly.
even in map 2, right? Purdue still showed signs of being able to stay in this map, but now they're just making flukes.
Just all of that confidence from map 1 that we were so happy about just seems to have fizzled away in the wake of map 2.
And you do wonder if maybe it's a difference between comfort pick and not comfort pick, right?
Them down.
Maybe the Neon is just not what Dex needs. Because sure, he gets some support from his teammates every now and again, but it's that self-agency. He can't go in and get back out like he's been trying to do. He gets a pick here, but again, he's not able to get back out. Only with the help of a smoke from Smile or from Spidey is he able to actually leave that site. And it's the jet dash, the able to swing and then immediately leave again. That might be what he's missing. Aquavius. He tries to pick off at least a second, put a volley in the face.
And Purdue with numbers advantage, going to be going towards this A site.
One of the few times Purdue has actually had a numbers advantage as a Nightfall is ripped, but it doesn't go anywhere near the Viper's pit, and it didn't tag Spidey. Swashy has to decide who to shoot at. Smile out of his own pit. Gets hit by the decay. There's a shorty in your face. Kraken gets one, but Swashy with the Odin. It's just gonna immediately.
And just, yeah, that was beautifully played for the side of Purdue. They were trading each other perfectly, but even then, Waterloo's just coming out on top.
You have to wonder why Smile left the pit. What? Like, yeah, you get a couple of picks, and Trill does pop the resurrect. So you're thinking maybe now that Smile is or Spidey's behind them, I have an opportunity to get a timing. But you have a sheriff in your hand, and that pit is so vital. Even though there's still an Odin in Swashy's hand, there were angles that you could play at in that. He still has to try and find you, right? Losing that Viper's pit just completely crushed the defense.
And again, we're going to see Dex just run through that sheer wall, not with any support of his teammates. Smile going to find one with the smoke, but
Kraken's so low. Smile. Dilbob, Kraken, finally another round.
Seeming to make it happen just out of sheer willpower.
Switch sides.
A 10-2 half.
And they won the pistol,
Fear is a track.
and they won the final round. But can they win
Any
11
more?
more? And we know them to be a defensive team.
And split to be a defensive map, but even then, 2-10 is not the scoreline you want to see at the half.
And you're not running a Sentinel. Purdue just doesn't have a Sentinel. They're running a double initiator, double smokes, and they're running a Neon. So you don't have a way to just passively hold any part of the map. You have to, and your only real way to get intel is a Haunt and a 0 point that got their durations nerfed. So now they both take 60 seconds to recharge. So if you're not putting someone on these lines, like you're putting Dex on this line here, he can just get pushed off so easily. He does land the stun, but P immediately takes down Spidey. Dex finds one, but not able to find a second. A Smile equalizes the round.
But Dillbob and Smile left in a 3v2.
Last player standing.
And left in a 1 versus 3. Just Smile not able to land the shots on Jet. Mr. Quavius comes up from the zip line.
And that brings them to 11, 2 rounds away from disallowing Purdue to be in the playoffs.
It's just so... It's night and day, but day and night, right? We started out with an impeccable performance from everyone, specifically Dex, and now just looking at the stat line, it almost makes you sad that this is happening, of all that momentum, that absolute stomping of a first map has just come to a halt. As Waterloo are already just breaking through the defense all the way out onto B. DeQuavius is all the way in the defense's spawn. And rotates are coming, but they're not coming fast.
Planted.
5 versus 2. Dex with a Bucky. Dillbob with a Bucky. No agency over this map at all.
Last player standing.
Dillbob lands
one
one.
and a
Dillbob
second,
lands a
but-
second.
Not able to make anything beyond that happen. That would be map and series point for the side of Waterloo.
And playoffs point, right? Like, this is regular season point. If we're gonna be that technical, this is the make or break moment, and it's falling apart. As Waterloo is looking to put the final nail in the coffin here, with an aggressive look towards the B side. Swashy. Getting a little too aggressive in
and the
mid.
double peak. Beautiful from Purdue.
Finally a first blood, but Spidey just pulls the paranoia out at the wrong time, and now DeQuavius is once more deep into the site. Wants to get aggressive. Smile. Sees him. Kills him. 4 versus 3.
Planted.
Numbers advantage. This could go Purdue's way, but
Smile. Sees one. Sees a second.
Justin grabs onto Smile.
Kraken has to get up onto the site now, but Trill and Justin. Dillbob remaining in a 1v2, and he's not able to land another kill.
Packers win.
And just like map 1, a complete swap of the roles here.
Just so incredibly disappointing from Purdue there. Coming out swinging in that map 1. Absolutely beautiful. 13-2 for them. Looking unstoppable on this Pearl, which wasn't even their map pick. And then we go into their map pick of Corrode, and they just start to flounder. They start to buckle under the weight of their own confidence. And by the time we get to map 3, it looks like a completely different team.
Yeah, at least during that map of Corrode, they still had signs that the map was not over, the map was close, and if they really locked in and got all of their cracks fixed, they could have secured these rounds and made it an even closer game. But that final map, you can't help but just ponder what happened.